Since my early childhood, one of my biggest desires was to rescue Piglet from the meat industry. Over the course of my life, I managed to build up a small animal sanctuary, and even then it wasn't planned at all. Just now, this one deep wish of mine came true. I received this picture about 4 weeks ago with an urgent call for help. It was close to midnight and I didn't really thought anything as I replied, "I'm gonna hold my thumbs for you and keep my eyes open for someone who might be able to help. I could only offer a short-time emergency solution." Yeah, within only a few minutes, I turned out to be the short-time emergency solution, and within less than 24 hours of time, 2 tiny little piglets were transported to me. As they arrived, they both were so small that it was hard to believe that they already were about 4 weeks old. Oliver's body was so close to starvation that I feel like it isn't even visible in these videos how fragile he was. The only thing he wanted to do was eating. And Kjell too came in a really urgent condition. He had several infections, causing him to have troubles to walk, destroying his eyes and spreading all over his face. They both got surrendered by the farmer because their chance of survival in the industry was very low, and the system in which pigs are bred today makes it impossible for a farmer, no matter how well intended, to properly care for individuals with special needs. Instead, sick piglets can become such a financial burden that often they are not being cared for at all or are being killed directly, because they would not manage to keep up with their siblings anyway. But Alvar and Kjell were lucky, because their farmer has an open heart and is working together with animal rights activists to save as many pigs as possible. And now, their lives look very different from how they were originally planned. Oh, danke für das Licht, ey. Especially Kjell required a lot of care, visits at the vet and different medical treatments. Away from oral antibiotics, he needed a local treatment for his eyes and his skin. And after many times, I could slowly begin to peel off the layer of scarf that was covering his entire face. And of course, they both needed lots and lots of food. And a lot of sleep. And love. Lots and lots of love. I can't even count the hours anymore that I've spent cuddling with them, or just laying next to them, watching them while they sleep. Especially during the first days, I could see how intensely their little bodies and minds were processing. There were several times when I thought one of them would collapse because they were moving so convulsive. I honestly was too worried in those moments to film, but you can still see in these clips how they are dreaming about whatever moves their hearts and minds. And while I was being there with them, seeing them, feeling them, I often felt overwhelmed by emotions. Yeah, love and gratitude and admiration, but also pain and fear and sadness. It is hard for me to understand how anyone could ever harm them. It is hard for me to understand that there are millions of pigs facing the fate that they could escape from. And even they themselves, in their young age, had to go through all those usual practices, including getting castrated, getting their ears tagged, and their tails cut. I'm laying there and feeling the warmth of their bodies, their soft baby bellies, seeing the blood flowing through their veins, and I'm wondering, how can we justify their pain? Aren't we so similar? Yes, for sure we are different, we can't deny that truth, but we also can't just mold the truth about how much the same or how different we are in any way that feels comfortable for us. How can we accept that humans and pigs are similar enough so that we can take parts of their organs and transplant them into our own bodies, while simultaneously arguing that they are so different that it is totally acceptable to take away any sense of independence and freedom from their lives, break down their personalities into numbers, send them to gas chambers millions and millions of times, and process their bodies until we've forgotten who once owned these fibers and the skin that we buy for a few pennies in the supermarket. Don't we as a collective agree that the fact that others are different from us can't be used as a justification to cause them suffering? No matter how hard I try, I will not be able to translate the pain I feel into a video. But it is not only the pain I can't translate, it is also the joy. The joy of seeing their bodies healing and growing. The joy of watching them while they learn and build their own understanding of the world. The joy of feeling how they touch the world and people's hearts. This journey still is only at the very beginning. Alvar and Kjell are on the best way to gain a couple of £100, and I don't know how and if I will be able to provide the life for them that they deserve. But I do know that I will do my very best to offer them my hands, my heart, and my voice. And if you want to support me in doing this, please help me to reach all the people who are meant to watch this video, and check out the links in the description. Thank you.
Every day is a rabbit trap and a walk of the lamb. Do you think you can sue me for that. As a judge of the land, I'll go wherever you go. This life doesn't go well with me. I'm not a member of the band. Do you think you can like me despite that? Sitting on God's right hand, I'm alone. Take me home. As you make the bed, so we must lie. No one knows where the life force flows. No one knows where the next wind blows. All I know is that I'll follow you. Every day it's a mouth bite and a gun to the throat. Feeling like a wing-clipped kite floating in a boat. I'll go where the north winds blow. And is it your breath that I feel causing a chill to my neck? Do you cause me to kneel, feeling I'm just a speck? Oh, the heavy north winds will blow. As you make the bed, so you must lie. As you make the bed, so you must lie. As you make the bed, so you must lie.